Hi, welcome to Press Play Weekly, where I'm going to be doing a weekly review of a random game, and I'm going to let you know if it's worth downloading or completely bypassing. So today, I'm starting a series that I'm going to call Epic Games Weekly, where I'm going to be reviewing the free game every single week that Epic Games has to offer. I'm going to be doing my review based off of 2 hours of gameplay, so that way I will only know if it's good or bad based off of that time frame. I'll have no clue what the ending of the game will be like, so it's up to you whether you want to download it or just completely bypass it. So with that being said, let's sit back, relax, and let's press play.
Cheers! All right, let's press play.
Oh, hey, I like those guys.
Turnip Boy robs a bank. To be completely frank with you, I had no idea what to expect from this game. This game struck me as a very strange kind of 8-bit overhead style game. And to be completely frank with you, I wasn't excited to try it. It didn't look like it was going to strike my fancy at all. It looked like it was going to be okay. But very quickly, when you open up the game right away, it immediately tells you that it's a sequel to a game and that the previous game had a lot of options that were available, and it also literally basically resets you. It talks about how you previously killed a god and all this stuff, but don't worry, you avoided taxes, and that was the real victory. And honestly, that struck me as very interesting, even for the first game. But what I didn't expect was the gameplay style. I didn't think that this was going to be anything like Hades or anything like that, where you're going in and you're just kind of getting different motions. Like, you're able to go into these elevators, and each time that you go into the elevator, it brings you to a completely separate area. And each of those times, you're kind of guessing on if you're going to get lucky or if it's just going to pop you out somewhere. And each time, it's giving you a different biome or atmosphere that you're having to deal with when you go there. On top of that, each run is timed. So instead of it being where you have to go until you're like killed or something like that, every single time that your timer runs out, stars are added to the side of the screen and loads of enemies start coming to you and just wailing on you. And it makes the game very interesting because you're constantly getting new weapons, you're upgrading things, and so many things are happening at all times. Like, for example, you have to go to like the dark web in order to purchase things, and some of the things that you purchase are honestly just hilarious. Like buying a laser pointer so that way you can literally get into safes with a laser pointer, or buying a box just so that way you can hand it to somebody who lets you into a land of boxes. And it's a very personality style game, I would say. And it caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it to be this flourished, this atmospheric, and honestly quite hilarious game. All of the context that go with this game are very, very good. And I will give it kudos because it immediately made me want to start looking into the first game that I had never even heard of before any of this. Honestly, one of my favorite things that they decided to do was to add just like a ton of outfits into this game. They went above and beyond on this, and it's something that I personally found to be just enjoyable to kind of like sit there and scroll through and see what they have, because they send you like a letter, and that letter lets you, when you open it, it just gives you all of them, and it just keeps going and going and going. And you get to have everything from like New Year's, Christmas, Halloween, all of the different holidays. And it's really cool when they have that kind of variety. And honestly, I really love it when they do something like that. Well, for me, I have to say that this game is absolutely a go download. This game feels, plays, and looks great. I was altogether surprised with my experience with the game because I was expecting it to be kind of boring, and here it turned out to be a really cool dungeon crawler, and it had so much of the things that I liked from Hades in it, but also having its own twist on things, like having its own weaponry, the timer, the stars, everything that just boiled down to it really feeling unique in its own way. And I could 100% see myself coming back to this game and fully playing through it in the future. So with that being said, guys, absolutely go download it. And thank you for tuning in for the very first episode of Press Play Weekly. With that being said, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.